Hello and welcome. This is Ifeanyi, your life strategist. I'm always on a journey to help you become a better version of yourself in a very short period of time. And I want to specially welcome you to tonight's live webinar. And I'm so happy to be here. So happy to have you all right here. If you are right here with me, I would like you to drop a comment in the comment section so that I will know that I'm not alone, so that we can get to the business of today. We're going to be talking about the topic unfinished becoming. I'll be explaining what this means. It is all about understanding the force that interrupts your growth and how to override it. That is exactly what we're going to be focusing on right this night. Will I say right in this live webinar, the unfinished becoming. As we go down, I will clearly explain this to you so that you have a picture of what I'm talking about. But before we go further, I would like you to understand that you are not stuck. That is, you are not stranded. It looks as if nothing is moving, like your life is not moving forward. But I'm trying to help you to understand that you are not stranded. The only problem is just that you are unfinished. You have not yet gotten to the level of fulfillment, like the level of completion. And that is why it looks as if your life is not moving forward. You are still under pruning. You are still under tutelage of God. Like life is still training you, God is still training you, still transforming you. So you are not yet finished yet. And so because you are in that spot, you think nothing is happening, but something is happening underneath. You look at how a farmer will go to the farm and take a seed of corn and plant it to the ground. Sometimes the seed will be there for 2 days. You think as if nothing is happening. When you plant it down in the ground, it looks as if nothing is happening. But suddenly, after 2 days, 3 days, then you begin to see the corn germinating. So you are now more like you are being buried. It doesn't mean that you are stuck. You are being buried, you are being prepared so that you can be launched into your wall. That is exactly what is going on with you, but you think you are being stranded and stuck. But that is not what is happening to you. I know and understand that you always start strong. You have these ideas, you have these goals, you have these things that you want to do, and you always start it with energy, with zeal, with emotions. You then do something, so you do everything with so much zeal at the beginning, but as you journey, then you slow down. Or maybe sometimes you disappear, we don't even see you anymore. Or maybe you just go back. You are journeying towards the attainment of a goal, and suddenly you get tired, you slow down. And sometimes you slow down and you disappear. And you go back to where you come from because you are tired. Why do you keep doing all of these things? Have you ever slowed down and asked yourself, why do I keep failing? Why do I keep trying something up and get tired on the way and give up? Am I lazy, or do I lack discipline? Is it a problem of laziness and discipline? No, it is not the problem of laziness and discipline. It is interruption. It is an interruption of your growth. It is an interruption of your manifestation. And if you don't slow down and tackle that issue, you just get to a place whereby you think as if your life is just over. But that is not what is happening to you. I'm here, I'll be sharing with you the unfinished becoming. When we talk about unfinished becoming, it is when a new version of you starts to emerge, but the old version pulls you back before it's complete. Like you're chasing a goal, you want to achieve something, and suddenly, while you are almost there, the old version of you, your old habits, Your old programming, your old way of seeing things begin to hold you back and pull you down so that you can go back to where you come from. And that is what has been happening with many people. You find out that they desire to be successful in some area of their life, maybe their finances, their relationship, their career. Okay, let me take for instance, they want to be financially stable, but right in their minds they have associated two different meaning to the concept of financial freedom. They see financial freedom as you have to work so hard before you make it. They also see financial freedom as when you become financial free, people will envy you, people will try to cheat from you, people will try to steal from you. And also, excuse me, they also look at people who are successful and envy them, and look at them and see them as, look at those rich people that are cheating the poor people, that are frustrating the poor people. But that is not how it is. When you look at success, when you look at being financially free with these two lenses at the same time, you will find yourself doing something to become financially free, and suddenly when you are almost there, then your old programming, that viewpoint that you see financial freedom with negativity, will now pull you back and bring you back to where you belong. So if you want to achieve something, then you have to be pure in your mind. Your thinking about it will be clear. Anything that is true, anything that is trustworthy, anything that is righteous, anything that is of good reports, that is the only thing you have to think about, that thing that you want to manifest in your life. If it is in the aspect of your relationship, what do you want to see concerning your relationship? That is the only thing you need to focus on in your mind, and that's the only thing you do allow in your mouth. If you don't do that, nothing is going to happen that is worthwhile. So when we're talking about unfinished becoming, that is what it means. You're trying to achieve something, and suddenly while you are almost there, your old version will come up, old friends will come out and pull you and bring you back there. But I'll be showing you how to break that, so that when you set your gaze upon a goal, you're going to get there and achieve what you want without any form of distractions. The distractions will come, but I'll hand over to you tools on how to maneuver it so that you arrive your destination without any breakup on the way. You know, people are not really failing. It's not that you fail because you are not talented, or you are not gifted, or you are not good at it. The reason why you failed is because of this thing I'm just explaining. Your old programming, old friends, old behaviors, old lifestyle came back right when your miracle is about to happen. And that is why you keep on repeating the cycle, year in, year out. That is what you keep on doing. Do you know about the story of Alexander the Great, the great Greek warrior? He conquered the world when he was 30 years. He was a very great warrior, but he died in his prime when he was so young. He started very strong. Anytime they go to war, and another country hear that these people are coming to war with them, that country will just freeze with fear, because they have seen what the Greeks have done to other nations. And so when they hear that the Greeks are coming to them, they will just freeze. And this is because of how great a military general Alexander the Great was. He was so good at it. When they captured all the world, they fought and won every battle. When he was at his prime, when he was now back to his people so that he can lead them, he died. And there are many speculation about his death. Some say he's been poisoned by another general that was envying him because of his lack of his lack of ability to manage to govern his people. Yes, he was a very good military general, but when it came to sitting on the throne, he is finding it so difficult to manage it. And so, because of his mismanagement, one of his general connived and killed him. That was one of the speculation. Another speculation was due to over drinking and chronic stress that he has been passing through war and fight. And so he couldn't make it. When he was 30, he gave up, he died. And when you look at through history, you find out that there are a lot of people who started so strong. Look at Bob Marley, died young. Who again? We have a lot of them. Just look around. You find they started very strong, but along the line, they just vanished. So I'm trying to help you so that you don't just waste your energy just like that, or you keep on repeating the same mistake over and over again without figuring out the programming that is causing that to happen. I want you to understand that you don't lack effort, you lack identity alignment. It's not effort, it is just that the you that is supposed to be to manifest the kind of result you want has not yet emerged. And it could not emerge because the old programming, the old thinking, the old way of life, the old behavior has been dragging you back. And I'll be showing you how to break free. And I want you to understand that you don't rise to your goals, you return to your identity and system. This is so important. You have to pay attention to, because this is where the change happen. If you don't change your identity and your system, if you like, change your goals, become a millionaire, become this and that, you keep on coming back to it. So if you choose to say I want to make millions, and if you don't change your identity, your scarcity mentality, you can't make it. If you say you want to become so and so and so, and if you don't change your identity of small thinking, you can't make it. So listen, you don't rise to your goals, you return to your identity and systems. Setting goals is beautiful. It gives you a sense of direction. But if you don't believe if you don't believe in yourself and you don't believe in your capacity that you are capable to achieve this goal, it's just going to be more like a waste. Now, let me break down what I mean by when I say you don't rise to your goals, you return to your identity. Now, listen to me. Motivation is emotional, it is temporal, and it is unstable. And that is what goals give unto you. It gets you pumped up. When you set a very sweet and nice goal, you feel pumped up. You feel energetic. Don't you see that at the beginning of the year, you set goals and you feel energetic, you feel pumped up to do and make things happen. And suddenly when we get to March, you're already tired. You can't even remember when last you practiced your daily routine that will produce that goal. You can't remember it anymore. And here's what identity gives you. When you have identity, it gives you structure. It causes you to be consistent, because when you have a structure, you have a clear picture of the action that you need to take to produce the result. And with that consistency, it will give you predictability, because you have done it in the past that if I take this action, I'm going to produce this result. And so you're going to take this action to get the result. So anytime you desire any result in your life, you know exactly what to do to get it. That is the power of identity, because with the knowledge you have about yourself, that knowledge will help you to structure a strategy, a blueprint that you are going to follow consistently. And when you follow consistently, it's going to give you a predictable result. And that is how it works. Now, here are the forces interrupting your growth. The number one force is your current identity. That is who you believe you are. What belief do you have about yourself? It is so powerful. It shapes everything you do. If you believe that you are not capable enough, you are not going to take actions that aligns with someone who is capable. If you believe that you are poor, you are broke, that money is scarce, that resources are scarce, time is scarce, people are bad, it's going to affect your result. When you believe that, when you have this belief and consciousness that you don't have the courage, you always act without courage. But when you take on the identity of a courageous person, you find yourself tapping from that resources and taking the actions that will produce the kind of life you desire. So your current identity is what is keeping you down, and your internal patterns is what is keeping you down. When I talk about your internal pattern, I'm going to explain more deep down when I go down. As we proceed through this live webinar, I'm going to explain that to you. And lastly, your comfort zone. These are the three forces that are keeping you down. And if you don't break free from them, you keep on being down. But that is what I'm going to help you do. And I want you to understand that when your identity doesn't change, you will always restart. You will start and restart again and restart again and restart again. You relapse. You get, because you keep on restarting, you get tired, you relax. And you also keep on repeating same thing. What you are after what you are after has 3 steps, but you keep on repeating step 1. When are you coming to step 2 and finally step 3? Even if you manage to by chance finish step 1, you come and keep on repeating in step 2. That is why you see people in the same place over and over again for years. They are still in the same place, in the same business. The business refuses to grow. The size of the business refuses to grow. All they have is the money to take care of themselves and their family, and that is what, and they are satisfied with it. They don't care about expansion. They don't care about domination. They don't care about being in charge, taking charge of the industry. All they want is money for my children, feeding, school fee, and that is all. That is selfishness. If you are not growing, you are a selfish person. So I said, if you are living in a place that does not allow you to grow, you have to get out of that place. Any environment that is against your growth is not in support of you. You have to get out of it. So stop trying to do more and start becoming more, because that is where the result is. Don't focus on just trying to do more. When you feel you need more money, begin to work hard. No. When you notice that you need more money, the first thing you need to do is to change your programming. Change how you think about yourself. That is the first thing you need to do. When you notice that you need to change something, you desire a result in your life, then the first thing you need to do is to change your programming. You change your internal belief, your beliefs about your life. And when you change your belief, then you begin to take action in alignment to the person you believe you are, and that is when you produce the kind of result you desire. But when you say you need something and you just set a goal and begin to move without changing who you are, begin to see yourself as that person, you might achieve the goal, but you still come back again to the beginning because you lose it. That is why many people who won lottery tickets, who won lottery, still get broke after 2-3 years, despite the millions they have made in the lottery, because they have not learned the system. They have not adjusted their identity, and that is why they keep on coming back to who they are. And until you change who you are, you cannot change your life. So now let's talk about how to override the pattern. I've helped you understand what is going on, the reason why you keep on encountering the restarting. Now let's talk about how to override the pattern. The first step you need to do if you want to override the pattern is to decide who you are becoming. That is the first thing. Not even what you are getting, but who you are becoming. You know, the most important thing is what you have become, not just the achievement, but what you have become in the process of going after that goal. So I want you to ask yourself, who must I become to sustain this? That thing you desire, you have to ask yourself, what kind of person must I become for me to have this thing and sustain it? Not just have it, but sustain it. Who must you become? That is the first thing you need to be focused on. The second thing you need to do is to prove it daily. You got to begin to take daily actions. Because here's how it works. We become by trying to become. How does a baby learn how to walk? When you look at a baby, 5, 6 months, 7 months, you begin to see him always scrolling, trying to, he first of all stand up, want to take some step, it will fall down. Stand up again, want to take another step, it will fall down. Then suddenly he learn how to take one step. Now he will begin to try to learn how to take the second step. He will wake up, raise the first step, he stand, begin trying to raise the second one, he's fall down again. And the baby will keep on trying again and again and again and again. And before you know it, after 1 week, 2 weeks, you see the baby walking, pam, 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 boom, fall down again, wake up again, pam, 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 boom, and suddenly, pam, 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 uncountable. So we learn by becoming. So that new identity you have taken for yourself, you begin to live, you begin to take actions that reinforce that identity you said you want for yourself. Who do you say you want to be? Or you're a content creator, I'm a life strategist. Then let's see your videos on online. Let's see your articles. Let's see your posts, your content. Share them every day. One task. Just be committed to taking action. You want to make more money, you want to make times to what you are making. What are the what kind of person must I become to get this kind of thing? And what are the actions I need to take? Begin to take small actions every day. And when you do that, you keep on reinforcing your new identity. And before you know it, people begin to say, this is who he is. But before, that's not who he is. When I was growing up, most of the elderly people around me, when I was right there in Jos, that smoke, I saw them learn how to smoke in my presence. I was still a baby, I saw them. I knew when this person learned how to smoke. I knew when this person began to smoke. I knew when this person began to drink because I was right there before them. And after years, 10 years, I became matured and I see the lifestyle they are living. Everybody in town knows that they are smokers. They smoke uncontrollable. They drink anyhow. But I was there. I knew them. I knew that these people, this is not how they were before. They were not like this. But right now, people don't even know that they were not like this before. They learn this. But people don't even know that it has been learned. That identity, that behavior, that thing you are doing right now is learned. So you can be able to unlearn it. So if you can't unlearn it, it can help you. So the next thing you need to do is to protect the identity. This is how to interrupt that power. You have to protect it. You decide on the identity, you begin to take action, and then you protect. And the next thing is to protect the identity. How do you do that? You see, the first thing you need to do is to change your environment. Proximity is power. When you grew up, the environment you grew up has so much impact on you. In fact, the way you are speaking right now, the reason why you are finding it difficult to speak English is because of the environment you grew up. When I talk about the environment you grew up, home, school, your neighborhoods, they affect how you're speaking. The way you're sounding right now is because of the environment. And so if you want to change how you're sounding in your speaking or your finances, then you have to change your environment. You have to also change your circle of people, circle of friends. Where do you hang out? Where do you spend more time? These days is online. Who are the people? Who are the people you follow online? What page and what pages do you follow online? What kind of videos do you watch? These are your circles. You have to change it. And the next thing is you have to change your input. And to change your input, the easiest way to do it is to change your environment, change your cycle, and your input will change. It's as simple as that. When you want to you want to be when you want to change your finances, then you go on YouTube, begin to listen to people who has practicalized what you want and are sharing their insight. Begin to listen to them. It will begin to rewire your thinking, begin to rewire your mind. I begin to see life differently. You begin to see finances differently. You begin to see possibilities. And by the time you begin to see possibilities, this is happening because the input you have put inside has restructured your mind and has begin to make you to see correctly. And when you see correctly, you begin to take correct action. And correct action will produce the result that you desire for your life. And that is how it works. While I rammed up, I'd like to tell you that consistency is not a skill, it is an identity. Consistency is not something you learn as a skill, it's something that you become. You grab the identity and begin to live it. And how do you grab it? You grab it by practicing it again and again and again and again and again and again. Now, let me ask you this question: where in your life are you unfinished? Just slow down and reflect for yourself. Where in my life am I unfinished? You understand what I mean when I talk about unfinished, right? Because if you don't figure out this thing and make changes, oh, a lot of things are going to happen. If nothing changes, if you still have same habits, same results, and same frustration, your life is going to be miserable, because this life is all about growth and expansion. You grow, you contribute. You grow, you contribute. So if you refuse to change your habits, change your result is not going to change. And if your result don't change, if you don't grow, you're going to feel frustrated. And when you get frustrated, you're going to make the people around you so worried and frustrated too, because you're going to be unstable. But if you complete your becoming, you master your finances, you master your relationship, you master your career, how to make it happen, you begin to move differently, you begin to act consistently, you become unstoppable, and the people around you will know how this person is a different species. And you don't need more motivation to do that. You need a new identity. Who are you? Find out that answer. Figure out that answer to that question. Who are you? What identity must you adopt? Must you expand to be able to produce the kind of result you want for your life? That is how we do it. And that is the reason why I create the Sovereign Identity Reset. It is a place where identity transformation system is being exposed to you. I will show you how to restructure your identity so that it will lead to transformation. We help you break old patterns and also guide you on how to become consistent in life. This is your moment. You have to join us right now. If this is something you desire for your life, and if this is something you know you need, then